Concerning the solo project, why was it so important to commemorate the 175th anniversary of the foundation of the Durham University?
Well, they asked me. A good friend of mine was a student at Durham University when he was a young man, and he was talking to them, and they said, we want to have this anniversary of 175 years. I don't know why they chose 175 and didn't wait until 200, but maybe they wanted me and they couldn't wait another 25 years, you know. So, and so they asked me if I would write something to commemorate this. And I said, what do you want me to write? And they said, anything you like. I said, how about a piece just for orchestra? And they said, sure. How about some soloists? And I said, okay. So we had violin solo, cello, these pipes, these Northumbrian pipes, and I wrote a piece for myself to play the Hammond. And it was they asked me to write it. They gave me some money, very nicely, not a lot, but they gave me, you know, and we recorded it and played the concert in the cathedral in Durham, which is this wonderful 1,000-year-old cathedral. And again, it was something I wouldn't, if I was still in Deep Purple, I wouldn't have the time to do things like that. So it was another good reason to leave the band.
What motivated you to leave Deep Purple in 2002 after 34 years? Was it just you get fed up? Was enough?
It's a good question, and I'm hesitating only because there was a slight element of having had enough. Of course, I look back now and realize how lucky I was to be in such a great band for so many years and to play with such great musicians. But I think I had reached a point in my life where I wanted to do something else. I had been doing this for so long and so with such intensity, you know, we never stopped working. And I was getting these questions asked me, you know, would you like to write this? Would you like to write this? How about a solo album? You know, how about doing the concerto again? So I needed time. I needed to have the space, the personal space.
You just said, just look, Guy, that was it. Thank you very much.
What I did first was I actually went to the rest of the band and said, can we take a year off? You know.
But you had 8 years off.
Yeah. Well, that was before.
Back in '76.
But then I went and joined another band. I joined Whitesnake.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, you know, I couldn't stay at home. I'm like Ian Gillan. Ian Gillan would loves to live his life on a tour bus. That's what he, you know, that's where he's happiest. So I just, I said to them, can we take a year off? They said, well, not really. We like to work. And I said, okay, then I have to give you my notice. And 6 months later, I left. But we left really good friends. And we are still, I mean, these are my dear, dear friends. And they are friends for life. They are dear, dear friends.
Last question. How are you going to build up the Budapest concerts?
How?
How you build up? What are the elements of the concert?
Well,
concerto.
Yeah, we have
all Deep Purple.
We have concerto in the first half. Then the second half is a mixture of some of my solo pieces, from some just for voice and piano and orchestra, some with voice and guitar and bass and drums and orchestra, some with just instrumentals. And then I do two Deep Purple songs, which two of my favorites, which I did the arrangements for. One is called Pictures of Home, which is from Machine Head. It's about a story about being up in the mountains and getting lost. And the other is, I suppose, perhaps the most controversial song we ever wrote. Not the most famous. The most famous is probably Smoke on the Water, but I think the next most famous is Child. And this song it's very important to me. It's a big song. It's a very powerful.
It is indeed
song, and I like finish the show with this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for talking.